So you're welcome once again to the National Journal, where we talk about things happening in the space of the arts, culture, tourism, and nature. So if it is something that you are very much interested in, then this is the place to be. Now, a couple of months now, there seems to be a trend on social media. And this is quite disheartening. It is about some individuals passing comments about some chiefs and traditional leaders in Ghana. And as someone who talks about culture and arts, I think it is also important that I also add my voice to this conversation. So if you are ready for my input, let's go. You see, Ghana is a country that has rich cultural values and cultural history. Now, I want to stress on that again. Ekro Ghana is one of the phenomenal, remarkable, historic countries in West Africa that has rich cultural values and rich cultural history. Our values and our history go hand in hand. In fact, it is the history that gives breath or life to the cultural values that we have. Because the history outlines the reasons for some of the cultural values we hold on to. Why, for example, a particular tribe are matrilineal, why a particular tribe is patrilineal, and all this, there is a strong historical background to it. And so it is very unfortunate when some people make remarks or pass comments directly or indirectly, consciously or unconsciously, to sort of water down the value of our culture and our history. Recently on social media, there has been this constant barrage of insults and insinuations on the people of Asante. Now, for the purpose of those who are not Ghanaians, let me use this platform to elaborate and explain certain things before I even go deeper. Now, when we say Asante, Asante is a term for a confederacy. Yes, Asante is not a particular town. Asante is like a state. It is a union state. Now, when I say it is a union state, what I mean is that years ago in the history of Ghana, certain towns, certain chiefs, certain families came together to unite because of war. In fact, the root word of Ashanti in its right lingua is Esa Inti. Esa is war in the Akan language of Ghana, and Inti means because of. So Asante means because of war. Now, a people at a point in time in the history of Ghana, the then Gold Coast, came together to unite to form a confederacy so that they can fight as a unified body and drive their oppressor away and conquer their oppressor. This happened so many years ago, as far as the 1717s, thereabout. Now, to underscore the importance of this confederacy or of this union, the number of chiefs or towns that came together were even from different ethnic backgrounds and even spoke different languages. We had the Banda, we had the Sampa, we had the Krachi, we had the Mampong. There were even people who were from the Nzema and from the Gonja area. These are all different ethnic groups. They united and came together. Now, you know that in every union pack, there's supposed to be a common grounds, or there's supposed to be some rules of engagement. Now, in this particular union pack that solidified the Ashanti, they all agreed through rituals and sacrifices that they are going to appoint one leader. and that one leader is going to be seen and is going to be regarded as the overlord or the king or the leader of all the other chiefs or paramount chiefs that have come together. And this was agreed and solidified with rituals and customs and sacrifices, and that union has stayed and it is still in place and working in this 21st century, 2024. In fact, you can think of it like how we have the United States of Africa, the United States of America, where there are various states with one president, but each state has its own governor. Now, in the context of the Ashanti, each state is represented by a town or a paramountcy, and the leader is the paramount chief or the divisional chief. And in the case of USA, the president is the same as the Asante. That is the king or the leader of the Ashanti, the leader of the group that came together to unite because of war. He is the leader. Unfortunately, there are so many people who are ignorant about this, and they think that the Ashanti are only a people who reside in Kumasi, which is, fortunately or unfortunately, the capital of the Ashanti Confederacy or the Ashanti Union. Just like how United States of America is an amalgamation of different states, like how the People's Republic of Nigeria is. It is a federal state where there are so many states with their state governors, but then they are part of a bigger union called Nigeria, and it has its capital. In the case of the Ashanti, the capital is Kumasi. But a lot of people think that the Ashantis are only the people who live in Kumasi. In fact, historically, the Ashanti kingdom stretches way over the territories and the boundaries of Ghana. It even enters places like Cote d'Ivoire and Benin and so forth. As a history student and as a lover of culture and history, I chanced on a history about the people of Oyo in Nigeria, and I found Ashanti recorded in it as some of their kings, during their days of kingship and wars and all that. Some of them traveled through Ashanti to Dahomey, which is in Benin. So Ashanti is no new baby. It has been there and it will be there for time to come till probably the world comes to an end. Now, I just don't understand why some people will come online and will decide to cast insinuations, insult on this beautiful confederacy which has stood the test of time and which has projected the image and culture. In fact, that is not the only confederacy. There are other confederacies or unions or cultural states or cultural kingdoms in Africa that has stood the test of time. Now, it is very evident and clear that because of the rich history behind this confederacy called Ashanti, this rich history behind this kingdom called Ashanti, the people who are indigenes of the towns and cities and paramountcies that are part of this confederacy are obviously proud of their cultural heritage. Just like how in current day Nigeria, the Oyos are proud of being Oyo, the Igbos are proud of being Igbos, the Yorubas are, the Hausas are. Just like any other state, Americans are proud of their union. They are proud of their union. The British Empire is also proud. Members of the British Empire are also proud. So it is nothing wrong for people of the Ashanti Kingdom to be proud of who they are. Just as the Kwapims are also proud. Just as the Nzemes, the Doma, the Sehui, our great brothers and sisters in the Dagbon and the Nanumba, the Kusasi, all these are also proud of who they are. Now, one thing stands out. Historically, it is not just by mere rhetorics that makes them proud. They are proud because there is a rich history backed by profound sacrifices and rituals that makes the kingdom a kingdom. That is the Ashanti kingdom. And the way and manner the king of the Ashanti Empire also goes about his dealings makes the people proud. So sometimes I just don't understand why people will come online and will decide to, blast our traditional leaders. I'm not even talking about only the Ashanti, state or the Ashanti kingdom. If you visit other parts of the country, there are individuals who take time, come online, and just denigrate or cast insinuations on other tribes. But I think in today's 21st century social media world, it is becoming too much. Now, as someone who is into culture, arts, tourism, and TVET and nature, the reason for this video is that, you see, there is a wind blowing in Ghana and in the whole of Africa. There's a wind blowing. A lot of African youth are gradually desisting and detaching themselves from religion, i.e. Christianity, Islam, and they are consciously, gradually going back to the African traditional religion. For those who are students and patrons of African traditional religion, this is something good. Unfortunately, it is to the demerit of Christianity and Islam. I'm a Christian myself, and so I find this disheartening. However, as a student of culture, I would also say it is good where people are now embracing their roots. But you see, this is something that should be taken advantage of in the positive sense. If people are now gradually gearing towards and driving towards our culture and our roots, it should be used for a positive thing. Let me give you a very classical example. There is an Nkoswo Hini. For those who are not Ghanaians and who do not understand the Akan language, Nkoswo Hini is literally meaning a developmental chief. A developmental chief. He's a sub-chief under a paramount chief or a town chief. So he's a developmental chief. And this man, within the space of 3 years, has done something remarkable in a town called Domesua, in the Doma area, in the Bono area, which is phenomenal. I saw the videos and I was just blown away. This is what we are talking about, where traditional leaders are now seeing the wind blowing, taking advantage of, drawing the youth to themselves and using it for positive. My beef and my worry this evening, this morning, this afternoon, whatever time you are watching me, is that unfortunately people are also taking advantage of this wind that is blowing, this wind of cultural emancipation, this wind of going back to our roots, to incite cultural and tribal sentiment. I can count on a number of so many social media pages, TikTok, pages that people have just created just to incite and cast insinuation on other tribes. For them, they do not want to see anything good. You see, I just don't understand why anybody would want to come online to just drive cultural tensions and tribal tensions in the People's Republic of Ghana. Nobody has told your chief or your paramount chief or your king to not gather their youth and drive cultural or tribal pride or prestige. Obian kanjere ukromo hene say ema onhwahwa ne ho. nobody has told. In fact, let me even say this. This is the time the various chiefs of the good people of Ghana, the various paramountcies, are supposed to take advantage of the wind that is blowing to harness the energies of the people to unite and then drive them to a common goal. Sure? And from the wind that is blowing, there's a wind blowing where people are now, casting insinuations and detaching themselves from Christianity and Islam and trying to embrace their roots, and now going all out to support their chiefs, even if they don't even know them, which is very uncommon. Some years past, people were just apart. Some years back, people were not so serious about some of these things. Now, because of the wind blowing, because of the emancipation wind blowing, people are now becoming proud of their roots. So this is the time chiefs and kings and queens are supposed to take advantage and then gather the young people and the old, lead them on the right path to do something phenomenal. And yes, idea, if this season, the world is in times and seasons, this is the season for cultural emancipation. This is the season for going back to our root. This is the season for cultural heritage pride and harnessing the energy of our cultures. There's somebody who just like how COVID came and it's no more, it's going to be difficult. It is only chiefs and kings and queens and leaders, traditional leaders, who took advantage of this time. And they are still going to have people following them. Now, let me take time to say something about the Ashantis, because I'm not just happy about what people are doing. Now, for the Ashantis who are online, young and old, who are proud of their heritage, God bless you. Every other person who is also proud of their heritage, those of us from Klikwa Bozome, those of us from Asante Mampong, those of us from Nkrumah Kwapem, those of us from Kitase, those of us from Osu, those of us from Nandom, those of us from Bupe, those of us from Sehui, those of us from Nzema, every part of Ghana that you are from, or every part of Africa, I'm so proud of you that you are proud of your heritage. But you see, historically, after interviewing and after hearing the interviews of a lot of people who know history, who are astrologers and stuff, it looks as if the world is going back to its, the cycle of time is actually, going back to the past. Now, if that is true and if that is the case, then it means that King Osei Tutu II culturally is the reincarnation of King Osei Tutu I. Culturally and traditionally, King Osei Tutu II is the reincarnation culturally or traditionally, or it is believed to be the reincarnation of Osei Tutu I. Say yes, if that is the case, then my young brothers and sisters in the Ashanti Kingdom, the north, south, east, and west of the Ashanti Kingdom, should brace themselves, because it was under the tenure of the great King Osei Tutu I that a lot of phenomenal changes and wars were fought. Listen to Hanpayo, Anumi. Listen and listen very well. Under the tenure and under the majestic rule of King Osei Tutu I, prominent wars like the Nkrumah War was fought. Oh yes, the Nkrumah War in the 1699 to 1701. Osei Tutu led dominant power, forceful power, led a barrage of an Ashanti warriors to form a formidable force in the then Gold Coast. We are living under the reign and under the tenure and under the power, under the beautiful rule of King Osei Tutu II. Unfortunately, in the coming back of Osei Tutu in the 21st century, there are no wars. There are no tribal wars. However, because all holy books, Quran, Bible talks about time and season, and talks about nothing new under the sun. And it is also a fact culturally, say even though there are no cultural wars, there are no tribal wars, there is the cyber war, or there is the social media war. Oh yes. Ashantis should brace themselves and see that just as the king Osei the First, the great warrior himself, fought a lot of physical wars, in this 21st century, the wars that are to be fought to reclaim and to protect the image and the sanctity of the Ashanti kingdom is not going to be physical. It might possibly be social media. It might possibly be a technological war. That is a social media war. So people should brace themselves and know how to fight these wars. Life is war. And so life in every dispensation is war. Now, in war, you must arm yourself with war tactics. In war, you must arm yourself with war knowledge. In war, you must arm yourself with alliance. In war, you must arm yourself with knowledge. And then finally, in war, you must arm yourself with powers, i.e., physical powers, spiritual powers, mechanical powers, and financial powers. Until we are in a modern day warfare which is being fought on social media. And so every king, every town, every paramountcy must have this knowledge and arm themselves. As a great patriot of the People's Republic of Ghana, who believes in the unification of Ghana, who believes in the emancipation of Africa from our neo-colonial leaders, I would want to use this platform to urge all the tribes in Ghana, and in fact go beyond the boundary of Ghana to every tribe, that we should rather channel all these energies against people who do not want the welfare of Africa and who do not want the welfare of our country. That is to say, instead of fighting among ourselves, tribe against tribe, all these things I talked about, the modern day warfare and how we are supposed to prepare, organize ourselves and empower ourselves, all that energy and knowledge and power and weapon and defense and alliance should be gathered and harnessed to fight people who do not want the betterment of Africa and who do not want the betterment of our individual African countries. So, as a Ghanaian who believes in the red, gold, green, black star of Ghana, who believes in the quotes and writings of Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and all the other patriots of Africa and Ghana, I would want to say that let there be peace, and let us rather channel our energies against those who are seeking the downfall of Mother Ghana and Mama Africa. So today is 21st September 2024, and today is the birthday of Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. I'm doing this video so that in memory of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, so that in memory of Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the unifier of Ghana, the unifier of Africa, I just want to use this platform and opportunity and this day, this Memorial Day, to remind all Ghanaians, all the various tribal social media platforms that are out to project a positive image about their tribe, which I fully endorse. But in this spirit of Pan-Africanism and this spirit of African Union and this spirit of Ghana identity, national identity, let us use this day and let us use these same tribal pride energies to paint a good picture and unite as Ghanaians to sell Ghana and every tribe and chief and king in Ghana, so that together we shall move forward, like Nkrumah said, forward ever, backwards never. The independence of Ghana will be meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the African states. In this instance, I would say that the independence and the liberation of Ghana will be meaningless and useless unless it is linked up with the total liberation and total unification of tribes and kings and queens and leaders and traditional leaders in Ghana for the total liberation of Ghana and Africa. Long live Ghana, long live Africa. Nkrumah lives on. Nkrumah never dies. Because we are living in a time and age where Africa is on the rise. And the wind that is blowing towards Africa is a wind of emancipation, is a wind of Sankofa. Going back to our root, to embrace our root, to use it for something positive. So let there be peace in every part of Ghana, so that together we champion the image of Africa. And we also champion the rebranding and unification of Africa. We also champion the rebranding and unification of our individual countries. Let us all support the various projects that are being organized in Ghana. In fact, recently I saw this video which was posted by I think the name of the page is Old Bogger. I saw it. I think the title was called Mekobuno, the second edition of Mekobuno. And I'm also a die-hard fan of another YouTube channel from Mensia. I think it's Palace TV and then Asante TV. Charlie, wonderful. I am a true subscriber of Aveno TV, which also showcases events happening from the voter side, and then Keta TV. I am a proud top star, a member of the Ochimai Royals. I am also a proud follower and subscriber of Bojawe TV, which showcases things happening in Akwamu. And of course, I'm also a proud member of Ofie TV. I have subscribed. I follow them, Ofie TV, which also showcases things happening in the Equiapim area. Yes, I follow Susubribi, Kingdom, Bojawe Media, and then Abladi TV, which also showcases things happening in the Greater Accra region, the Ghana state. I follow the Ghana Manchester official Facebook channel. I follow the Fanti Confederacy, Mayor Fantini. All these, beautiful. I follow everything Fanti Confederacy Warrior. These, I'm just trying to let you know that all these channels are things that I follow to see what is happening in the various tribes and kingdoms and people. Yagbon TV, all this from the north, I follow them. So please, brothers and sisters, let us use this to rather champion Ghana. We can hype our chiefs and people, fantastic, but let us stop throwing shades, insinuations against other tribes. Rather, let us unify as a people. Let us unify as a people to fight for the image of Ghana and Africa. In that case, what should we do? We should follow each other's page. We should follow each other's YouTube, subscribe. We should visit each other's festival. I'm actually looking forward to the next Meko Bono in the Bono area. I've been to Kundum, I've been to Abuachiri, I've been to Ojura, Akwesida Kesiye, beautiful. I've been to Homowo, fantastic. I'm actually praying for the the day I get the chance to go and then see Damba, Kulosikulemi, Ogbechocho. That is what we are supposed to do. I am looking for, in fact, I have a dream that one day, all these tribal politics, all these tribal wars in Ghana will now stop, so that when it is Meko Bono, I will see all the Asante bloggers in Bono saying something good and wonderful about what is happening. When it's Akwesidai Kese, I will see old blogger and all the Bono bloggers in Kumasi, in Ashanti, saying something fantastic about what is happening in Ojura or Akwesidai Kese. And all these will also go to Equiapim this coming Ojura. All these tribes will also go to Hogbechocho. They will all move to Cape Coast, Zima, every part of Ghana, to bring the news to the various tribes, beat it down, let our people understand that we are one Ghana. Because like they say in the Akan language, Ucha utekrema na we are onwe nembia. For our friends who do not understand the Akan or the Tree language, if you cut your tongue and you chew it, you've not eaten any meat. You've not done any good to yourself. Because if you have actually hurt your own self. So please, let there be peace. The attack on Asante Hine should stop. The attack on the Gamanche should stop. The insinuations and the attack on any of the Bunu chiefs, any of the Akan chiefs, any of the Ekwapim chiefs. If you go online, you see how people are casting insinuations about the Ekwapim Hine, about Doma Hine, about Asante Hine, about the Gamanche, about the Yagbonwura. You know, how people are casting insinuations about Togbi Afede, and it's not good. It's not good at all. It's not good. It is one Ghana, one people with one destiny. Let us unite for a good cause. The wind of change that is bringing back the hearts of the old and young to our roots is a wind of good. It's a good wind. The wind of change that is bringing about this emancipation, where now people are so proud and they will stand to defend their tribe and language and tongue, is good. Let us use it for a good cause. Let us use it. Let us channel all those energies for the defense of our dear country, Ghana, and every other African country. And by doing so, we will defend Africa. And the dream of people like Marcus Garvey, Kwame Nkrumah, Haile Selassie and co. about one united Africa will become a reality in the age of we the young people of Ghana, we the young people of Nigeria, of any other African state, we the young people of Africa. It is one Ghana, one Africa with one identity. I'll end here, and like I always do, please stay away from harmful drugs. Stay away from narcotic drugs. Stay away from anything that will harm you, because in this age where we are fighting for our cultural identity, in this age where we are fighting for our cultural pride and our tribal pride and our national pride, we need you alive to be part of this campaign. But it will be so sad that you will abuse drugs and drugs will also abuse you. God be with you. Shalom. Bye-bye.